Welcome back to Tech and Unity. Today we are gonna start a series called Console Wars. This is a series of videos, and in this video we are gonna talk about the review on the brand new PlayStation 5. So let's get started. After a generation of figuratively towering above its rivals with the monstrously successful PlayStation 4, one thing is certain. Sony's next generation contender will also loom large over its peers. However, what the PlayStation 5 lacks in subtlety it more than makes up for in potential, thanks in part to its amazingly fast SSD, but mostly to its truly remarkable new controller, the DualSense. While a good deal of what folks are going to be able to squeeze out of 2020's salvo of shiny new hardware may be bottlenecked to some degree by the screen that they own, the PS5's unique DualSense democratizes a next-gen gaming experience for all, delivering an amazing new level of haptic feedback that really needs to be felt to be believed. Rather than a single shell, the PS5 appears to be made up of 4 separate pieces. A glossy, black case sandwiched between a pair of warped matte white plastic plates with a detachable stand. The PS5 does look a bit better in the flesh than it did in the initial product shots. The matte off-white finish to the plates is actually a lot nicer, and the sloping vents flanking the strip of glossy black plastic that wraps around the edge of the unit are eye-catching. It's obviously not the first white games console, but, in concert with its sheer size and shape, it's surprisingly ostentatious for something destined to sit beneath or beside black televisions, black soundbars, black subwoofers, and generations of black AV equipment and gaming hardware. On the front you'll find access to the Ultra HD Blu-ray optical drive, a high-speed USB Type-A port, and a super-speed USB Type-C port, as well as the power button and eject button. On the back there's the Figure 8 power connection, an HDMI 2.1 out, 2 super-speed USB Type-A ports, and an Ethernet port. Unlike the PS4, the PS5 does not feature an optical audio out. The stand is necessary because the misshapen nature of the plates means the PS5 can't sit flat on its side properly without it. It has a pair of small hooks, which loosely clutch the back of the PS5, and a rotating base. Sitting flat, the console is simply perched on the stand without any additional fixtures. The base can flap around and slip left, right, or even off entirely. Appearances aside, there is one element of the PS5 that can't be as easily ignored, and that's the sheer size of it. Positioned vertically and perched atop its stand, the PS5 is about 40 centimeters tall, almost 16 inches. Here are some comparisons. Initial setup is simple. For PS4 users, the PS5 manual describes the ability to connect your PS4 console and PS5 to the same network to transfer saved data, downloaded content, and user information, though it doesn't outline the process. For longtime PlayStation users, the PS5 makes it very easy to browse your whole digital library and sort between PS5 and PS4 games. Peculiarly enough, there's a search field for PS3 games, too, though it comes up empty. The PS5 UI doesn't feel wildly removed from its roots on the PS4, particularly as you get deeper into the menus, but it's definitely different and significantly more elegant in a number of ways. Now a single tap of the PlayStation button in the center of the controller will bring up what Sony has called the Control Center, which is a little like a taskbar on a Windows PC. Checking things like current downloads and what friends of yours are online on PS4 requires a bunch of shuffling back and forth, up and down, and left and right through menu icons. The PS5's Control Center places all that info at our fingertips after one button press. The PS5's UI does make a few changes of note for those who like to trophy hunt, as well as for those who like to customize their setup. On the former, trophies are now easily accessible to view on a per-game basis from each game's individual splash page on the dashboard, while trophy info can also be included in the new activity card view. And on the latter, the PS5 doesn't have overall themes you can select, so your dynamic themes won't carry over. One of this generation's most important upgrades is the switch from traditional hard drives to solid-state storage drives, dramatically improving loading times across the board and potentially enabling games to load in new objects effectively on the fly. The PS5's SSD can read 5.5 GB in just 1 second. After generations of watching progress bars inching across a screen, it's pretty stunning stuff. With the DualSense, Sony has both made a more comfortable gamepad for traditional gameplay and introduced some very exciting features. The haptics and adaptive triggers make an immediately noticeable difference in games that make use of them, and they offer the exciting potential for new and interesting gameplay experiences. Except for battery life, which remains a weak point, the DualSense controller is everything you want to see in a next-gen upgrade. Despite all that horsepower under the hood, the PS5 is impressively silent, and testing has pegged it at a virtually inaudible 44 decibels. With a launch lineup dominated by games that are also available on PS4, and on the back of a generation already punctuated with incrementally more powerful hardware revisions like the PS4 Pro, the PS5 doesn't quite land as a knockout punch yet, but it's definitely got the power and speed to be a real contender. That's all for today. This video is only a part 1 of our series. Stay tuned for the upcoming video. If you like the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to Tech and Unity.